Hello YouTube and fellow DC Comic fans! I'm Kelly One Shot, and this is the Post-Crisis Podcast. And today, we're going to talk about Batman number 80 from DC Comics, written by Tom King, with pencils by John Romita Jr., and inks by Klaus Janson, and colors by Tomu Morai. Okay, so this is actually part 6 of the Batman City of Bane and issue number 80 in this long-running Tom King Batman series. We've actually seen in the previous issues that Batman and Catwoman have been slowly training on a tropical island, and they found each other again, and they are ready to take on Gotham City and take their city back from Bane, who is now controlling the city. And we actually start this issue off where we see Matches Malone, aka Bruce Wayne, making his way through Gotham City, and he actually gets stopped by 2 police officers. As we know, in the City of Bane, the villains are actually the law enforcement nowadays, and it is Harvey Dent, Two-Face, and Professor Pig who actually confront Matches Malone, and they ask him about the curfew, whether he knows that he's broken the curfew, but it doesn't matter, because they're gonna break his bones. They try to rough up my boy Matches, and he makes light work of them. Harvey points a gun, and he says, "Do you know whose city this is?" And Bruce is like, "Yeah, mine." And then it's here where Harvey points his gun. He realizes who he's actually dealing with. This isn't Matches Malone. This isn't some random Gotham person. This is Batman, and he sees the fear in Harvey Dent's eyes. Then we actually go to the top of the Gotham City Police Department, where we see that Hugo Strange has activated the bat signal so he can talk to Thomas Wayne Batman, who is kind of running this City of Bane and being the enforcer of the City of Bane for Bane. And Hugo is talking, and they're mentioning how 2 of the officers are late, Professor Pig and Harvey, and he mentions that they're typically late, so it's maybe nothing to worry about, and they shouldn't look into it too much. But instantly, Thomas knows, and he says, "He's here. Tell Bane." And Hugo Strange blows it off. He's like, "No, we broke that man. There's no way. I understand psychology better than anyone. And there's no way, as far as we broke him, that he can come back from that." That's what he thinks about Batman. We then actually see the Mad Hatter making his way through Gotham, kind of just doing his Mad Hatter thing, patrolling the streets. He runs into a stray cat, and he talks to the cat. He says, "We got an ordinance against stray cats in Gotham City now, or do we? We don't. Who knows? It's hard to tell with the rules and the way things are now. But either way, he's going to shoot the cat." And it's sure enough here, that Catwoman yokes him up with the rope, pulls him back, and makes light work of the Mad Hatter as Bruce and Selina are making their way through Gotham City. We then see the strongest, most devastating villain in the entire Tom King Batman run. My dude and yours, Charles Brown, Kite Man. Hell yeah. Flying through Gotham City, and he's just doing his little thing, "Say boy, won't you fly up to the sky, boy?" Doing his Kite Man thing, and then boom, his kite gets shredded up, and he instantly knows, "You're back." And Batman says, "Hell yeah," on the top of the roof as Kite Man falls to the ground. Sorry, Charles Brown, it's whatever. We then actually go to the next page where we see Claire, aka Gotham Girl. She's been using her powers too much. It's making her weak. It's making her crazy. The death of her brother Hank was very traumatic to her, and she's kind of just a part of this whole City of Bane. She's being used just like the rest of them. But she's acting as Thomas Wayne Batman's Robin here in the City of Bane. And it's raining out. And then it's here that Thomas and Claire just kind of talk about how Bruce is back and what Bane's going to think of this. And Thomas just says, "Don't worry about what's going on, Claire. You need to rest. We don't need you. We need them." And that he will suffer. It's then we actually go to the next page, and we see Batman confronting Hush. And the 2 of them are talking. The 2 of them are very similar in the way that they fight, in the way that they operate, because Hush obviously copies himself after Batman, and Thomas Elliot, the man behind the mask, actually acts as though he's Bruce Wayne at times. We've seen this happen many times. And so the 2 are very similar in the way they approach each other as they're about to square off and fight. And sure enough, Hush says to Batman, "The wise man must not be ordered, but must order. Aristotle." Then Batman knocks Hush down to the ground and says, "The inexperienced in wisdom and virtue, ever occupied with feasting and such, are carried downward like cattle. Plato." And then it's here that we actually jump over to where Claire and Thomas Wayne are, and he's resting her down and telling her to get some sleep. It's here that the ventriloquist actually comes in, and he says, now that he's here, I have a message from Bane. You must take the boy out and kill him and display the body publicly. And it's here that Thomas Wayne actually kisses Claire on the head, puts on his cape and cowl, and is getting ready to kill the boy. Kill Damian Wayne. But Thomas obviously cares about Gotham Girl for some reason. And why is he so motivated to help Bane? It doesn't really make sense, and it doesn't really add up. The original purpose that we heard is that he wanted Bruce to stop being Batman, so that way Bruce could have a family. And if that's why Thomas Wayne came here from the Flashpoint and the Button situation, is to stop Bane and to help, or to stop Batman and to help Bane, so Bruce can have a family, then why would he kill Damian? What's going on here? So I question Thomas's motives and why he cares about Gotham Girl so much. It's kind of weird. Then we actually see Batman talking to Catwoman after he's beaten up Hush, and he's talking about Thomas Wayne. He says that his father will go to the cave. He'll have his gun ready and loaded. He'll find the boy, my boy. He knows I can't stop him. He's good enough. He knows me well enough to have built defenses around the mansion that I can't break. So now, I suppose father will have to make a decision. And then we actually see Thomas Wayne with a gun to Damian Wayne's face and the Batcave. And again, I don't think it's here that we're going to see the death of Damian Wayne. One, we got Teen Titan comics to sell, and Damian's one of the top members of that team. And two, I don't think that you're going to kill off Damian Wayne, and I don't see why the grandfather, essentially, from an alternate timeline, would kill his grandson in any capacity when he's trying to help his son have a real life and not have to be Batman. Let's see what happens in Batman number 81, the next issue, which is one of 5 remaining issues in the Tom King run before he continues what would have been the rest of his run in Batman Catwoman. And it has actually been announced that James Tynion IV, who's currently writing Justice League Dark, and he is also co-writing Justice League with Scott Snyder, and he actually had an experience writing Batman in Detective Comics and Batman Eternal and such, but most recently Detective Comics, James Tynion will be taking on the run after Tom King. So that was announced on Batman Day. It's pretty cool. Pretty excited about that, and can't wait to see how that all pans out. He's talking about a personal story that's going to have a lot to do with Bruce Wayne so far. Can't wait for that. Very exciting news. Very exciting stuff. This has been Batman number 80. I'm your host, Kelly One Shot. You can check this video out, as always, here on my YouTube, youtube.com/OneShotTheory, and you can also go and visit my material and my written reviews on comicbooklegion.com, where you can check out other contributions from other podcasters and other written review people. We got things for video games, all kinds of contributions added to the website. Check it out. That's comicbooklegion.com. As always, I'm your host, Kelly One Shot. Take care, have a great day, and goodbye!